the groups in the church, and I allowed them to know that someone was having some financial problems. And I got a note that came back to me that said, well, first of all, our husband and wife working in the house. Now I can see them sending them a note among themselves, but they sent me the marriage. It said, we need to look into their finance because it's obvious somebody's mishandling money. So I speed read down to the bottom to see what they was asking for, and it was $75. Now we had just entered into a situation where the church had just spent thousands of dollars to beautify itself with chandeliers and with a ceiling raised and with air conditioning and with carpet and with a whole variety of architectural design, and somebody asked for $75. And they were scrutinized simply because folk wanted to know a background check. Now come on now, the church is not the world. The church does not respond the way the world will respond. You see, when I want something, the world will ask for a credit report. When I want something, the world will qualify me by how much money I make. When I want something, the world will dip and dive into my background check. But the church ought to be different. The church ought to be a place of body believers that will humble themselves to understand I once was lost, but now I'm found. The church ought to be the one that says you meet the same people going up as you meet the same ones coming down. The church, give a folk in the church what they need. But sometimes we forget. The church of Corinth had got sophisticated. Can I get a witness? Highfalutin. Had gotten to the place where it was what you call folk of high esteem were escorted in and low esteem was set to the rear. Did you not know, even in Jewish religion, if you were not born a Jew and you came to worship, you had to worship out in the yard, you were called a proselyte Jew because it was not Jew by bloodline. And those who were born Jewish heritage or born Jew by birth would be on the inside. Can I get a witness? But those who are not would be on the outside. And sometimes we act just like we are the people who ostracize people according to their pedigree. Come on now. Can I get a witness? If you are a doctor in the church, then you get front row experience. If you're a doctor in the church, doctor in the church. If you're a lawyer in the church, you get at least second, third row experience. Can I get a witness? And then you, oh my God, don't have to be a politician. You know, we sometimes treat politicians like they Jesus. I don't know how you're going to stop your worship service because a politician walked in your church and now all of a sudden he's escorted to the pulpit. He ain't no preacher. He has no degrees. He's not ordained. What's wrong with you? We got to stop service. We got to give them special treatment. We got to put them on the program or let them put themselves on the program. What's wrong with you? When Johnny been here 3-4 years, he ain't never been invited up. He ain't never been invited to speak. He ain't never been on a program. He ain't never been asked to do nothing. He ain't been asked to carry nothing. As a matter of fact, we don't even have him on the road. We deep, theologically sound, and we deep. Paul says, verse 4, he said, love is patient and kind.
That's right.
Love ain't jealous.
That's right.
Love does not brag.
That's right.
This is Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day consists of a day when lovers appreciate each other. It's a high day for some, but a low day for others. It's a high day for those who are in love, but it's a low day for those who are either out of love, divorced from love, or looking for love in all. Oh, somebody with me this morning. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? And see what happens is those of us who are in love, folk look at us, and sometimes we want to, we want to act like Our marriage is all that. Can I get a witness? When in essence, you need to allow folk to know there's been plenty times in the midst of our marriage we've had some bad disposition. Oh, come on now. See, there's been some times that when you might didn't know it, but he was in that room and she was in that room. Oh, come on now. There's been plenty times when we had separated, even though we lived in the same house. And somebody, you might not have it written on your face, but somebody know that love did not live there anymore. We sometimes put on fronts. Come up here holding hands, and you don't hold hands at home. Thank God for kissy-filling churches. Because some folk don't ever get kissed at home, or hugged, or embraced. You the one, when I say take a minute and hug somebody, you still going around because it's good to you. Because you ain't used to that. You holding on. I said, you got to let her go. You got to let her go. Let her go. Let her go. Because you learning about love. See, if I can't find love in the church, where can I go? If I can't find love at my house, the house of God, where can I go? What do you do when love does not live here anymore? We replace love with stuff. Sometimes we become professional Christians. We walk in like we're in syncopation of a long entourage. Holy, holy, holy. Well, if I tell you to back that thing up and show what you did last night, you'd be ashamed to have it flags across the street. Because the truth be told, you ain't all that. Many folks in here, I don't care if you're driving a Cadillac, Mercedes, Benz, Jaguar, you one paycheck away from bankruptcy. One paycheck away from poverty. Oh, you don't hear what I'm talking about? We all need one another. When God prospers your church, it's all right. And I need to get a firm understanding because some things have happened in our society and we're getting it all mixed up. When Katrina hit, if nobody did anything, I don't care if Mr. Bush or George Washington was still in office, the church should respond. You don't hear what I'm saying? I don't need the government to come into my life to tell me what I ought to do. I've got a moral obligation to respond to the people of God. What we need to do, buy a boat, baby. That's right. That's right. Let's put it in the water. Let's buy a helicopter and go get our folk. That's right. My God. Haiti. Looking at a song yesterday. Yes. Well, they're not modified it, but they have new voices. Right. And they included Michael Jackson and We Are the World. Yeah. Such a beautiful rendition. Put tears in your eyes. And they got the Haitian children that are dancing on ragged mountain tops and on top of houses that went under during the earthquake. And they're singing We Are the World because now they're giving them a sense of hope, a sense of peace, a sense of dedication that we're all on one accord. And that's the way we ought to be. Am I right about it? We are people that respond to crisis. I'll never forget, I told you that a friend of mine's sister's house had burned down. And when the house burned down, they had lost everything. I told you what we needed. We took our conference room and you lined it up with new clothes. You know what I'm talking about? And coats. And you had the sizes of all 5 children all laid out. That was a good and a noble thing. But you know what I have a problem with? And I believe the Apostle Paul had a problem with this at Corinth. See, we want to do a big thing, but we forget all about the little things. Come on now, like love thy brother and thy neighbor as thyself. See, we want to do the big stuff so we can get notoriety and get our name in the newspaper, calling folks at the plain dealer. But in actuality, sometimes God just calls you just to love the one you're with. Oh, come on now, who am I talking to? Sometimes God calls you just to love the one you're with. I might can't get the sophisticated, but I know Joseph